Hey guys, it's been a while. Good to see you again. So, it's another Tarot Tuesday. Today is July 16th, 2019, and today is a lunar eclipse in, well, the moon's in Capricorn, so I guess figure it out. Anyway, um, but that's not the aspect I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about is the other opposition that's going on. As you may or may not know, you're going to now. The full moon is the moon opposite the sun. So the sun, represented by the sun, go figure, is in Capricorn, which is represented in this tarot deck by the Chariot. And what that means is that this is a really great time for making forward motion, making forward progress. But with the full moon, we're called to purge things. We're called to let things go. We're called to make releases because this is the zenith of the lunar cycle. And as to what you should be releasing, well, we've got retrograde Saturn and Pluto, which are very, very near that conjunction they're going to come to in about 6 months in Capricorn. So Capricorn is the devil. And with the sun opposite anything in Capricorn, but particularly in Cancer, we're being called to move past our self-imposed limitations, the things that hold us back internally, whether we do it to ourselves or presume that there are exterior obstacles. It all comes from within, either from within the mind or from within the spirit. Specifically, we have Saturn, retrograde Saturn represented by the world reversed, and Pluto, which is represented by judgment reversed. And both the world and judgment are cards about finality, cards about things coming to an end. And so this aspect is about pushing past limitations in a very direct, but also kind of a very broad sense. This is a time period where we should be thinking about, where have we presumed that we've reached the end of a journey that's really only the beginning? Where are we keeping ourselves from seeing how we can start anew? What is the way in which we can get past where we've been to get where we're going? How do we turn our eyes forward instead of backwards? This lunar eclipse is going to do a big, big job of helping us see that. But in terms of the things that you can do personally, well, we'll turn to the individual draw. I've got this Wild Unknown tarot deck. Very excited to debut this for you. I think this is a debut. Well, whether or not this is the first time I've used these cards for you, let's see what they have to say. It's usually very enlightening. Okay, so Cancer season. So for Cancer, we have the High Priestess. This is a season of spiritual overtones for you, Cancer. You're specifically being called to look at how you felt limited in your belief system or in your practice. But either way, or it could be any other thing related to, the spiritual, the internal, the mystical. It might not necessarily be faith. Maybe if you're a practicing witch, you've been struggling to cast spells lately. By the way, what are you doing, Cancer, that holds you back from embracing that? And especially with you and the unfortunate tendency that you have to retreat to a shell when things feel threatening or scary or hurtful, are you leaning on that tendency too much? Consciously or otherwise? Following Cancer is Leo, and for Leo we have the Son of Swords. This deck uses sun instead of night. But again, very same sort of imagery of the swooping, conquering, charging in sort of heroic type figure. But as with all things that, where speed and haste are present, the question is whether you're being too swift, too hasty. Are you moving too quickly, Leo? Your time will come to pounce. Leo season's not far away, another, week and a half out. For Virgo, geez. Sorry, guys, it's been a while. For Virgo, we have the Ace of Pentacles, a great earthy card for a usually great earthy sign. With the Ace of Pentacles, there's lots of connotations of growth, of stability, of the home front, or of wealth. But for you, this is less a card about what you need to think about, what you need to overcome, and more of this is more of like a mile marker. Like, this is where you're headed. You're not there's nothing extra that you need to consider or overcome to get to your Ace of Pentacles, Virgo. This is just the promised reward. This is like the light at the end of the tunnel for you, if that makes sense. But great things for you, which is good if you, put your nose to the grindstone and get the work done of, again, pressing past your own self-imposed limitations. Don't hold yourself back. It's very true that we're our own greatest critics, and but luckily, if you can reckon with that, Virgo, you'll be very well off. For Libra, we have the Son of Cups. And this is more about, for you, about too much daydreaming, too much letting your mind wander. Sorry, as you can see, I've moved to a new place, and I'm trying to figure out where my kittens have wandered off to, because they were hiding in here and I don't see them anymore. Unnecessary distraction. Anyhow, Virgo, the Son of Cups indicates for you, not Virgo, Libra. Libra has the Son of Cups. And for you, Librans, it's about, a lot of people complain of air signs that they're not emotional enough, but, they tend to be too logical. And although that can be an issue for you, Libra, I think this time the problem is the reverse. You've been allowing your emotions to hold you back too much. You've been feeling your emotions a little too much instead of not enough. Or you've been feeling certain emotions too much, like fear, anxiety, maybe even anger. Let go. It's okay to embrace your logical side. You're very intellectual creatures. Air signs always tend to be. Embrace that a little bit in the wake of the eclipse and see where you can take that energy. Scorpio. The Three of Wands. The gateway to something new. You're always a transformative creature, Scorpio. No one is, especially for fixed signs, nobody is quite so changeable as you. Remember, Scorpio, that one of your animal symbols is the phoenix. Crumbles into ash and is reborn anew. This is your phoenix moment. This is the moment where the doorway opens to something new and something great. What you need to do is take the lead weights off your ankles that keep you from walking through that doorway. The portal to something new lies ahead. Step into it. Be bold. Be brave. But if anything is going to stop you, don't let that something be yourself. For Sagittarius, we have the Daughter of Wands. And as with Virgo, we have a card that matches your element, a very fiery card for a very fiery sign. The Daughter of Wands is the page. Daughter is the page. And so you're finding some new energy, some new passion, some new creative enterprise to engage in. Let yourself do that. Allow it to be what it is. Don't waste time with worry and fear and stress. Just enjoy the process. Ride your, hello, little one. Ride your creative high for as long as you have a creative high to ride. You'll be better off for it. You'll be better off for it. Don't stop yourself from enjoying the work just because it comes easy. As any other creative person will tell you, reveling in the easy moments is what makes it so much fun. For Capricorn, the world, upright. Well, I don't read this deck in reverse, so there's that. But you have the world, which, again, your ruler Saturn is the world in that astrological tarot deck I use. So for you, this is an interesting season because the eclipse is illuminating for you the ways in which the things that you designed don't go the way you wanted them to, but things that were not your design are falling into perfect place. And the self-imposed limitation that you're going to be struggling with, most likely, Capricorn, is in embracing what has happened to you that was not part of the plan, and perhaps letting the things that you planned for fall by the wayside. That's never easy to do. Giving up on the way you wanted things to go is always difficult. But for you, if you can get over the hump of things aren't the way I wanted them to be, this could be a really profitable week for you. Not necessarily financially, although not necessarily not financially either. Saturn rules money. So, to a degree. For Aquarius, we have the Hanged Man. I love the artwork for this card. Look at that bat. Look how cool that is. A perspective shift for you under the light of the lunar eclipse, Aquarius. You're going to be dealing with some new way of seeing things. Maybe some new environment has come into your life. It's new house or new workplace or new friends or, maybe just some spiritual or philosophical upheaval or opportunity to experience that part of your world in a way that's different to the way that you normally would. And it almost sort of feels similar to the Capricorn thing, Aquarius. You really should allow what you're experiencing to be what it is without putting the evaluation on it of, I wanted things to be this way, but they went this way. You have to let that go. This has something to teach you, and you need to be open to learning it. Luckily, again, as with Libra, as one of the intellectual air signs, this can be very easy for you to do if you simply allow this new perspective or the new way of seeing that you're developing or that you'll gain under the light of the lunar eclipse to blossom more fully. For Pisces, the Eight of Swords. You are this cocoon, Pisces. You are soon to be this butterfly. But the process of the caterpillar becoming the butterfly is a tremendously, to us, it's insanity. Like, for those of you who don't already know this, Pisces, the caterpillar basically dissolves into a goo inside the cocoon. Like, it's a total upheaval. Your life is going through a major transition, and the lunar eclipse just is the catalyst for the final change. What you need to remember is that there is always a way out of every stressful situation that you're in. You have to look for it. You have to find it, because when it's time to emerge from the chrysalis, ultimately is up to you. When it's time to leave behind a situation that has gone beyond what is normal for helping you change and evolve and grow, that's up to you. And you really, 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 Pisces, need to start looking for the opportunities to leave behind the things that don't serve you, because they are there. The thing about the Eight of Swords in every deck is that if you were to reach up and take the blinder off, you would see the way out. Aries. Hello, fellow Rams. We also get a fire card, the Father of Wands, or the King, if you're used to a more standard tarot deck, represented by the King Cobra. This is ferocious looking. You got a snake, you got the big stick, you have the lightning bolt over here. Sorry, my computer screen is backwards to me, and I'm trying to guide myself. Anyhow, King of Wands, the ruler of fire. A position we're used to occupying. Stop not being yourself. A lot is made of our tendencies to be impulsive and hot-headed and reckless and stubborn, and those are just the trait taken to the extreme of being assertive and proactive, and it's okay to be those things in moderation. What it's not okay to do is, like, those are the extremes. It's not okay to go to the other extreme of being passive and docile and compliant, because it's not our nature. We're not good at that. If you're a natural born leader, take the lead. It's okay to do that. It's what it's not okay to do, again, is to swing from too much assertion to not enough, from too much passion to not enough. A lot is made of the negative sides of our traits, but we've got a lot to offer the world if we can moderate them. So it's about not feeling shackled to those, to being the reckless, impulsive, hot-headed, whatever. But it's also, about not feeling shackled to not being those things. Be bold, be daring. It's what we're here to give the world. For Taurus, we have the Mother of Wands. More snakes. Wands like snakes in this deck for whatever reason. But this is the Queen of Wands. You too will be stepping into a facet of your animal representation, Taurus, in that you are the bull. And the thing about the bull is that it likes to stand its ground. The thing about a bull also, though, is that when moved, it will charge. It will stomp. It will gore whatever is in its path. And it's time to be ferocious about the things you want to protect. Look at this card a little more closely. Do you see what the snake is guarding? Do you see those eggs in the coils? You're always, Taurus, always a fierce defender of those things that matter to you. So embrace that. Go with it. Charge. Protect what belongs to you. Protect the things you care about, whether that's a workplace position, or your friends, or your home. But it's okay to be fierce in the protection of the things that you love. The caring will be demonstrative. The people around you will take notice. Lots of them might even appreciate it. Wow, we're at the end already. That was fast. I'm kind of bummed. I forgot how much I missed doing this for you guys. Last but certainly not least is Gemini. And for Gemini, we have the Fool. The little baby chick, little baby bird, freshly hatched from the egg and not yet, taking flight. This is an uncomfortable position for you, Gemini. You do not like to be in a position where you do not have the requisite knowledge that you feel you need to thrive or survive in that place. This is a mistake. And, this is a mistake. To quote Adventure Time, the first step to being sort of good at something, or sorry, I messed that up. Sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. And that's the fool. The fool sucks at something. The fool is the novice, is naive, is inexperienced, is whatever. But in not allowing yourself to occupy that space, in not allowing yourself to be the archetype that is the fool, you are limiting yourself from potential growth, Gemini, and that's never a good thing. You're never going to know it all if you stick to what you already know. And you're never going to grow if you don't first identify the place where you have yet to do it. So it's time to let the eclipse show you, what growing do you need to do? In what direction? Where is it time to, let go of the branch and take flight? All right. So that's Tarot Tuesday for this week. I sincerely hope that you all enjoyed it. It was good to be back. I missed you very much. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully I will see you next week.